Greetings and welcome to the Pick a Card for the week of December 29th through January 4th. That's Sunday, December 29th through Saturday, January 4th. We are preparing to enter into a new year, the year 2020, and it is the time when, as usual, most people are looking for new changes, new experiences in their lives. And so this week we are looking at what we most need to know, do, and be aware of as we enter into 2020 so that we can prepare to experience the new changes or prepare to welcome in the new changes that we desire for our lives. So you are to select from card group number 1, card group number 2, or card group number 3. Comment your card selections below by Monday, December 30th if you want to be entered to win our December giveaway. All right, so the results are in for our pick a card for the week of December 29th through January 4th. We are entering into the year 2020 this week. So happy New Year, happy New Year's Eve, happy holidays, everything. And so like most New Year's, this is the time when most people are thinking about, you know, what they want their upcoming year to look like, what experiences they want to have. And so that's what this pick a card is all about. So before we get into it, and as always, I will do my opening intuitive message. I just want to remind you, no, I don't want to remind you. I want to say thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined me on this journey in 2019. I believe that's when I started doing the pick a card readings sometime this year. And so it's been, you know, a very fun journey for me so far to do these readings. And so I'm very, very, very appreciative and very thankful to everybody who has been watching all of this year. If you're just discovering me, thank you for joining. So much love and much appreciation to each and every one of you. Make sure that you comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th if you want to be in the running to win our December giveaway. It is the last giveaway of 2019, and every week that you comment, especially for those of you who are just now joining and don't know, every week that you comment on a pick a card reading, if you do it by the Monday after it posts, then you are eligible to win that month's giveaway. And so we have our December giveaway being announced next week. So this is the last week to get in on the December giveaway. And anytime the reading starts, anytime the week starts in a particular month, like whatever day Sunday, whatever month Sunday falls in, like this week, Monday is still technically in, you know, December, then that whole week falls in that month's giveaway. So even though we're entering into January and into a whole new year this week, we are still looking at our December giveaway. So make sure you comment your comment selections, your card selections down below. So yeah, so how y'all doing? Happy New Year to everybody who's watching. This opening intuitive message really is not really going to be long, because if you go back and watch my 2019 year ahead reading that I did back a year ago, actually almost a year ago, in January of 2019, I did a reading of the year, and I talked about those who make it to the end of 2019 with some peace in their heart and some joy, you know, will be those who face all of the challenges that 2019 threw at them. And instead of making excuses and instead of, you know, shrinking back and whatnot, they persevered. They, you know, they made the necessary changes that they had to make so that they could personally elevate and grow. They made, you know, they no longer made excuses for themselves or even excuses for other people. They moved forward. They moved, you know, they faced the challenges and obstacles courageously. And I even said that 2019 would be one of those years that really, you know, at the onset, everybody will pretty much look the same. But by the end of the year, you will see those who were true about who they were true about actually growing and elevating. And so now that we are a year later, I hope that you were one of those people who really were. A lot of times we think that life won't have challenges, or we try to, make everything easy. And I said that 2019 would not necessarily be easy for a lot of people, but it would be one of those years that grows a lot of us, where a lot of us have to learn how to master our craft, learn how to overcome obstacles and challenges, learn to stand firm, learn to be courageous. And as the year progressed, I began to talk more about how once we enter into 2020, while a lot of people are looking forward to 2020 and super excited about it, as always, anytime there's a new year, there's a lot of excitement about, what is to come. But, sometimes people think that the new year automatically brings about the changes that we want to see, when really it's just an opportunity to reset and to make the necessary changes ourselves so that we can see the change, that we want to see, and experience the newness that we want to experience. Otherwise, the new year will look the same. 2020 does promise to bring a lot. And I really feel that we'll see a lot happening. Like, the energy will still be very, very high. And I'm trying not to go into my 2020 reading of the year, because I will be recording one of those very, very soon. But what I'm feeling for 2020 is that, this will be one of those years where everybody, where it's like, you ever see one of those movies where, everybody's in the same room, right, or in the same city or whatever, but they're all living different experiences. They're all having different experiences in their life all at the same time. And it's crazy, because even if you look at just life in general, right, right now you're sitting down here watching this video. There's somebody right now, who just won $1 million. And there's somebody right now who just lost $1 million. And there's someone right now who is the happiest they've ever been. While simultaneously, there's somebody right now who is at their lowest point in life. And it's very interesting that all of these parallels are happening at the same time. And so it's this belief that, when there's a new year, and particularly with us being in 2020, that all of this greatness and all of this joy will just happen for everybody. What I feel is that all of this greatness and all of this joy will be available to those who position themselves for it. But while at the same time, while some are living at the height of their joy and the height of their breakthroughs, there'll be those who will seem to be going backward, And so, yes, 2020 is a big year, but it's a defining year. It really is a defining year. I strongly feel like we'll actually see, like, some people will look at others and say, I don't even understand how this person is so happy and so joyous, or how they're having these breakthroughs, or how they're walking in this abundance, when, the opposite is happening over here, I believe that we will perhaps see more and more of that. I'm going to actually go more into that, like I said, during my 2020 year ahead reading, because that's not what this is. This is just a pick a card reading. But I wanted to say that here, because this week's pick a card is about what you most need to know, do, and be aware of in order to prepare yourself for the changes that you want to see in your life, the new experiences, the new changes, the elevation, whatever it is that you want. How do you need to prepare yourself for that? Because the new year itself won't bring it, or it will bring it, but you won't recognize it if you're not prepared for it. So it's important to be prepared for the good that you want to see, the changes you want to see, and the new experiences that you want to bring into your life. All right. So that is what, I didn't really have much to say here, because really all of what I want to say will probably be in another video. And so make sure that you stay tuned here, like, subscribe, to my channel and share, because very soon I will be filming the 2020 year ahead reading, and that's the reading that everybody needs to watch to know what 2020 will look like in general for all of us, right? And so that reading will be coming very soon. However, I highly, even more important than that reading and more important than this big card reading, is your own personal 2020 year ahead reading. I feel that some of you may be, you know, what are the words I want to use here? Some of you need to invest in yourself. And I'm saying that for a very specific reason. Because oftentimes, we will, and this can actually still be a part of the open intuitive message, but I feel that some of you are using not only my pick a card readings, but other readers that you find on YouTube and other places to just kind of give you general messages, and then you kind of like are trying to piecemeal it together to make it work for you. And while a lot of deep insight comes out of these pick a card readings, I can at least say for me, and I've watched other readers as well, and many of them really go deep. That does not compare to having a personal reading. When I do these cards here, this is very general. You're not the only one who selected number 1, 2, or 3, right? So if you are looking for what you specifically need to know, do, and be aware of this year as it relates to your own growth and development, marriage, love, money, health, all of those things specific to you, then I highly encourage that you get my 2020 year ahead reading, which is still currently on sale, $10 off. And I'm really saying that because when you watch pick a card readings, it's kind of like going on WebMD, or just searching something in general on Google versus going to a doctor and getting something specific to you. It's like, you can Google your symptoms online and try to figure out what's going on, and you might get kind of close, but it's not the same as having, a trained professional actually look at your situation and give you their advice based on their training. And so and this message isn't necessarily for everybody, but those of you who this is resonating with, please, and you don't even necessarily have to book a personal reading with me. It could be with another reader that really resonates with you. But it's very, very important that you get the wisdom that is specific to you, and that you're not afraid of that. And that you're not afraid of also investing in yourself to get that. Okay, so anyway, my 2020 year ahead reading is down below, and it's still $10 off. And I also have the Supreme Readings bundle still available. This is the last week that will be available. And it is 25% off. And that one includes the 2020 year ahead reading, but it also includes my mini edition of the Magic of Me intuitive natal chart reading, where I look at your sun, moon, and rising sign and share with you how they are working together specifically for you to help create your purpose and your identity and who you are, and all of that good stuff. So both of those links are down below for the Supreme Readings bundle. But if you just want the 2020 year ahead, that is down below as well. Also, make sure that you get on the wait list for Resolution Power. Resolution Power is a masterclass that I teach on how to create resolutions that actually manifest. So if you're interested in that will be available very, very soon, probably in the next 7 days. So when you get on the wait list, you'll also automatically be sent my resolutions checklist, so you can start looking at the top 3 things that you want to change in your life in 2020. All right. So all of that is down below. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th, and leave a love offering or a donation if these readings are benefiting you. All right. So that is it, y'all. Yeah, I was trying not to talk too long, but I guess I still did. Anyway, so those of you who selected card group number 1, your reading is up next. Well, hello there to those of you who selected card group number 1. Before we get started, I will go back over the announcements just in case you were one of the ones who skipped ahead. Make sure you go back and listen to my opening intuitive message because I give some quick insights on what 2020 will perhaps look like for a lot of people. But also stay tuned because I will soon be doing my 2020 year ahead reading for everybody. Also, make sure, though, that you book your own 2020 year ahead reading, your own personal reading. That reading is still $10 off. Link is down below. Also, the Supremes Readings bundle, which includes the 2020 year ahead reading, as well as the mini edition of the Magic of Me intuitive natal chart reading, where I look at your sun, moon, and rising sign. So that one is 25% off. So both of those links are down below. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th. To be in the running to win our December giveaway. And that winner will be announced next week, during next week's pick a card. All right, y'all. So this week, December 29th through January 4th, we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to the changes you want to see in the upcoming year, in 2020. So Happy New Year to you. And we're about to look at what you need to know, do, and be aware of in order to prepare for the changes that you want to see and the new experiences that you want to have in your life. So the stone that we have here is a fire agate. And a fire, wait a minute, this might be a fire quartz. No, this isn't a fire agate. I do have a fire agate though, but this is a fire quartz. And a fire quartz, similar to the fire agate, has some protective qualities to it. It gives you a lot of courage, a lot of protection for, like, let's just say you need your space to be protected from anything around you or any energy that you don't want to be around you. Fire quartz is really, really good for that. The fire quartz, like it says in its name, fire, is adding heat, basically. I mean, it's a cold, something like right now, it feels cool. But what I mean by heat is that it helps with that heat inside of you. Basically heat in terms of like motivation and drive, power, inspiration, the type of inspiration that causes you to really actually take action and to move forward, and that motivation that you need. It helps you to, not just dream about it, but actually be about it, right? Not just dream about it, but actually turn your dreams into action that create outcomes that you desire. It can help to add spice to a relationship or revive a relationship. And really just, stimulation and motivation and drive. So, you know what I always tell you to do? If you want to know more about this stone, Google fire quartz. Now, all of these, I just added something extra festive to it because we're just coming out of the holiday season and New Year. So this is a candy cane ornament, which I thought was kind of fitting to go with this fire agate because candy cane is like fire and ice at the same time. It's got heat, spice, but cooling at the same time. Very, very interesting. So anyway, nothing special about this. I just decided to put this here. But then again, you never know. Those of you who've been watching, sometimes I'll just put stuff here, and then when I flip these cards, I'm like, oh, that really connects to, what I put on top of here. So we'll see. Anyway, y'all. So the card that we have on top of here comes from a goddess energy deck. And the goddesses speak to us all, whether we are man or woman, whether we believe in their stories or not. The goddesses is really all about their mythology and their storylines that help us. So the goddess that chose to speak to you this week, let's see who came up. Wow. Okay. I don't think she has come up in a pick a card reading before. And I want to say her name is pronounced Yi. maybe Yi. Y'all, please forgive me. And I really hate mispronouncing a goddess's name. So, and I said this before in another pick a card that the goddess is very similar to women in general. Like they, women like to be respected in that way and made to feel special in that way a lot of times. So, to this goddess, no disrespect. As you see, she represents the sun. And look at her, she's so golden. And she has like a golden halo around her. And wow. I'm just taking in the energy from this card. And you know what I always tell you all to do? Like, these readings are very collaborative. So if there's some insight that is coming to your mind at this time, then I encourage you to listen to that and heed that. But the sun is very, very powerful. The sun is very, very energetic. And what's so interesting is that the sun oftentimes is connected to masculine energy or to the gods. A lot of goddesses have moons on their as a part of their mythology, and a lot of cards that have moons on them. A lot of the goddesses have moons on their cards because of that. But this particular goddess is radiating solar energy. It was very interesting because at the time that I'm recording this, we actually just had a solar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. The moon eclipsed the sun, and so it was like we were encouraged during that time to, before we take action, to be very, very clear on our intention and to know which direction that we wanted to direct our solar energy, that solar plexus energy. So let me read what information came with this goddess. I will actually read two messages. The first one is the empowerment message, and the second one is her alignment message. So let's see. All right. The empowerment message says, when you shine your light into the world, you will attract various people and experiences that match or challenge your commitment to being empowered. Right now, you are receiving information to know which choice to make, which opportunity to take, and which person to trust. The Aboriginal Australian sun goddess Yi illuminates your path with her rays and brings clarity as she shows you what you need to know. A bright light also attracts a lot of bugs. So know that you may also attract those who see themselves smaller as a result of your empowerment. This is conditioning that needs to be healed in many people in the world. All you can do is be incandescent and joyful, kind and truthful, and the world will begin to reflect that goddess back to you. The goddess Yi is happy to help you shine. Wow. So many of you who got selected card group number 1 need to get comfortable with being like a ray of sun, being one who can shine, who can walk in your own power. Confident. Yeah, this goddess is speaking to you in terms of confidence. Being confident in who you are and allowing your light to shine. So her alignment message says, sometimes the light shines too bright and too hot for you to achieve your aims. Although the sun is bright, getting too close to its fire will risk everything burning to the ground. Do you really want to know all that is hidden from you now? Are you ready to face the harsh light of illumination that rips open your old ideas and shows you what else is possible? Your alignment task is to be bold and brave. Don't shrink away. Know that this is all part of the process of evolution that calls forth the bright sunlight to show you the shadows you cannot escape your own let me go back. Don't shrink away. Know that this is all part of the process of evolution that calls forth the bright sunlight to show you the shadows so you cannot escape your own denial. Allow the truth to burn through your defenses. Then you will be set free. When the sun goddess Yi comes with her bright light, it is a day of reckoning. that will lead only to miracles. Wow. Okay. So, okay, now I really see why I was even reminded of the solar eclipse that we just had, because when the moon eclipses the sun, which we just had, and we'll actually be experiencing the effects of that over the next few weeks, and actually all the way until the next few months, really. What information, what you need to know in order to shine, it's like you want to also be mindful not to overlook the details that you need to know so that you can shine, so that you can take action with ease. And so this goddess is like, when she said that although the sun is bright, getting too close to its fire will risk everything burning to the ground. That the eclipse that we just had is like, okay, you're about to shine, the moon was basically telling the sun, yeah, you're about to shine, but I need to remind you of some other things deep within that perhaps you want to clear up before you shine. And so that may even be the wisdom. I'm just adding this to what the card said, but that may be even the wisdom that many of you need to take, especially this first week in 2020, is to clean up anything that needs to be taken care of. Even if it's just simply getting comfortable with standing in your own light. Because if you're still dealing with a lack of confidence, shame, fear, or things that you don't even want people to know just yet, you might want to clean some of that up before you step fully into the light. Because when you're in the light, nothing is hidden. When you're in the sun, you're not in the shadow. You're not in the nighttime. You're not in the moonlight, right? You're radiating that solar energy. And so you want to be prepared for that. There's nothing to fear. The light is a glorious place to be. We just not only had the solar eclipse, but we had the darkest day of the year. And I talked about that last week in the pick a card. I talked about the winter solstice, and how even in the darkest time of the year, we have to still carry our own light. We have to be reminded of the light that is within us. And so it's very important for you this week and going into 2020 and being prepared to experience the changes that you want to see. You do that by being prepared to stand in the light, learning how to be confident. Anything that is shameful that you need to deal with it. But also not being ashamed of your own light, not being fearful of it, and not letting people put your own light out. All right. So that is it. It's very interesting that you got this fire quartz, because it's definitely about, like that solar energy, that fire. So these cards here, the one on the bottom is where you are now in your general wisdom and energy. The card that crosses it lets you know what can hinder you or help you at this time. Wow. Good gosh, look at all this. All right. So you got the Ace of Wands, and it is crossed by Judgment. Wow. The Ace of Wands, and it is crossed by Judgment. So the Ace of Wands is a card of, let's see if I can get that to balance, is a card of drive and motivation and passion and being inspired, which is, again, very interesting that you got that fire quartz, because the Ace of Wands is like, almost like divine inspiration, divine motivation. It's that kind of card you definitely want to see when you're going into a new year, because you need new energy, fresh energy to go after your goals, to pursue the desires of your heart. And these goals don't have to be, hard driven or, climbing the corporate ladder. I mean, that might be your goals, but just whatever it is for you that you need to add new passion, new life to. It could be your love life, But really, when I see the Ace of Wands, I really think about that burst of motivation and inspiration when you're ready to hit the ground running, when you're ready to make certain changes happen in your life, or ready to initiate. It's all about initiating something, starting something new. But what's very interesting, because it is about initiating and starting something new, but it's crossed by judgment. And judgment is a card that is definitely about pulling something from deep within yourself that's already there and bringing it to the surface. So you might be all about, oh, new year, new me, start of something new, like this Ace of Wands, but what's crossing it, this judgment is saying, no, but there's something already within you that perhaps you've ignored, overlooked, downplayed, which is very interesting with you getting this goddess here, Yi, this about the sun. Because it is about you shining. So there may be some parts of you that you have downplayed, certain talents or skills that you have downplayed, that you've looked down on, that you have not acknowledged, or different skills and gifts and talents, or maybe even a dream of something that you wanted to pursue at one time that you just kind of didn't think you could, or push it way far down. And the Ace of Wands is giving that power. The Ace of Wands is saying, no, it's time to pull from within yourself and put power on that. It's not about starting something completely, totally brand new. It's about looking at yourself in a brand new way. It's about looking at your talents and skills, even the things that perhaps you feel that you failed at, and looking at all of that from a brand new lens, a brand new perspective, dusting off those old dreams and going back and looking at that and saying, wow, wait a minute, this might actually be possible. I might actually be able to do this or accomplish this or have this in my life, And also when I see the Judgment card, I really do think about those things that lie dormant within. And sometimes they lie dormant because we downplay them, or we don't think we can have them. And it's like, no, there is definitely greatness within you. And so you got to pull that out. It's time to call those things into judgment. It's time to resurrect those things, bring them back from the dead, revive them. And the Ace of Wands is definitely about life, new life, because the wands always deal with, life and drive and life force, energy, and passion, so it's time to bring new life into that which you feel is old within you, and to call those things forth, because there's greatness within you. Add the energy and the power, like the sun. The sun gives life, gives energy. This fire quartz, life and energy. So whatever is dead within you, and I don't mean those things that are dead as in the things that you really need to leave back in 2019. I'm talking about things that you should have or could have really pursued better and with more confidence in the past, and you just didn't. Know that you are talented, know that you're gifted, know that you're worthy, know that you are powerful, and add new life to all of those things within you. And you'll be surprised what can manifest from that. Just because it failed in the past doesn't mean that it will fail now, So let's see what wisdom card you received. Gosh, wow, this is so on point. Regeneration. Gosh, yes, this is definitely a card of new life. Regeneration, like it says. Empowerment. Pulling something that you thought was dead at one point and reviving it, bringing new life to it. Let's read what this card says. One second. Regeneration, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Wow. I mean, all of this is so on point. Again, you got this fire quartz, which is all about, new life and motivation and drive. And then the solar, the goddess of the sun, Yi, saying that it's okay to shine. It's okay to let your own solar energy think. Some of you actually need to go and research the solar plexus chakra. and what that is all about your willpower, your drive, and your confidence, and really perhaps meditate on building that part of you up. Because definitely this year we're talking about what you need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to being prepared to welcome in the new changes and experiences into your life. And so, you got this Ace of Wands, which is very much about new ideas, new or renewed passion, renewed strength, motivation, drive, and inspiration, but it's got to come from within, and it's probably focused on something that you already have, about reviving something that's already within you, and remembering your own power, remembering your own greatness, remembering your talents and skills and gifts. And it's not necessarily about starting something totally brand new, but it's about looking at something that you already have in a brand new way and bringing it into regeneration, reviving it, healing it, and letting it start again. Because anything, even things that have been destroyed, can be revived, and healed and renewed. And so that is your reading for this week. Wow, that was really good. That was really, really good. So make sure that you comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th, if you want to be in the running to win our December giveaway. Like, subscribe, share this channel. Make sure that you book your own personal 2020 year ahead reading, because that is hugely specific to you. And we'll look at everything from love, money, health, career. Everything goes into that particular reading. And this week is the last week that it will be $10 off. You can also get the Supremes Readings Bundle, which includes two wonderful readings. One of them is the 2020 year ahead reading. And that one is 25% off. All of those links are down below. And also, if these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way, you can leave a love offering, and that link is down below as well. So that is it for you all. Thank you so much again for sticking with me all through 2019. I'm expecting great things in 2020. And so until we speak again, I'm wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks for watching. Well, hello there, and welcome to the results for card group number 2. I will quickly go over the results just in case you skipped ahead. Make sure that you comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th, if you want to be in the running to win our December giveaway. That winner will be announced next week. This is the last week that I have readings on sale, so make sure that you book your 2020 year ahead reading, your personal 2020 year ahead reading. And that one is $10 off, as well as the Supremes Readings Bundle, which includes the 2020 year ahead, as well as the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading at 25% off. Both of those links are down below. Also, make sure that you get on the Resolutions Power waitlist so that we can create resolutions that actually manifest in 2020. And leave a love offering or a donation if these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way. That link is down below. Also, like, subscribe to this channel, and share. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. So, the stone that you all received here is a hematite. This is a polished hematite. I do have a raw hematite stone. It's more rough. But the hematite stone is very much connected to life energy, life force energy, because on the inside of the stone it's actually kind of red, even though it looks silver, charcoalish color on the outside, is red on the inside, like almost like blood. So that's where it got its name, hematite. Hematite, like hemoglobin, all that stuff dealing with blood. So it's definitely a stone that can add energy to you, to assist you in your motivation and your drive. It's also a very grounding stone. It has a lot of weight to it. And so if you're feeling too spacey or, just out of touch, hematite is a great stone to have, to hold, hold while meditating, or just to carry with you for a day or two. It helps to really ground you and center you. So it's a really great stone to have. You know what I always tell y'all to do? If you want to know more about this stone, make sure you Google hematite. And there's nothing particularly special about this snowflake ornament. All of the additives you see here, other than the stones, are kind of in line with the whole holiday season and winter season. And so, I just thought this was pretty. So it went very well with the hematite. But, you never know. Because I thought like this candy cane over here, I was like, oh, it's not going to have anything to do with their reading, but it kind of add to the spice that their fire quartz was adding. So, who knows? This snowflake might come into play. We'll see. So, the card that you have on top of here comes from a goddess energy deck. The goddesses speak to us all, whether we are man or woman, whether we believe the goddesses actually existed or not. It doesn't matter. It's more about their stories and the wisdom that their stories have for us. And so this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to being prepared to welcome in the new changes and the new experiences that you want to have for this new year. And I want to remind you to go back and listen to the opening intuitive message, because it definitely connects to this reading here. I go into more detail about what 2020 will perhaps look like. So, wow. Okay. So the goddess that chose to speak to you this week is, I believe her name is pronounced Uzme, and she is humor. Humor. Just take a moment to look at this card. I always tell y'all that these readings are collaborative. Don't just wait for me to tell you everything. You might be feeling something may be coming to you intuitively just from looking at this card. So whatever you are feeling now, just make a note of that. But Uzme is a goddess that deals with humor, bringing joy joy and laughter and lightheartedness to life that can sometimes be cold and harsh, right? Yes, we're in the coldness of winter, like this snowflake, and whatnot. And yes, perhaps you need to be reminded to stay grounded and, stay focused in some kind of ways, like the hematite is saying. But, this goddess here is also reminding you that laughter and joy is important. And perhaps you might be experiencing that this week anyway if you're partying for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I will read two messages from this goddess, the empowerment message and the alignment message. So the empowerment message says, when the Japanese goddess of laughter and mirth, Uzume, enters your day, be playful and cultivate good-natured humor. Laughter is the best medicine and exceptionally healing at this time. Keep your focus on fun and positivity, and see the humor if you can. Life is not meant to be all work and no play, all focus and no release. Humor fosters resilience, and lightheartedness alleviates emotional pain, giving a much-needed break from the burdens and speed of life. Now is the time for you to be silly, laugh more, even take up laughing yoga. Yes, the world is serious, and your dreams and desires are too, but the joyful goddess Uzume reminds you to enjoy your life and have fun. Wow. So, what's very interesting that I gathered from the empowerment message is, oftentimes when we're entering into a new year, it can be a very serious time, right? So yes, we're playing, laughing, having fun, partying on New Year's Eve, whatever it is that you do. But at the same time, we're also thinking about goals and the changes we want to make and the weight we want to lose or gain, or, the money we want to make, and all of these things we want to do in our life. And so it becomes very goal focused. And, but how many people put on their New Year's resolutions to have fun, to experience joy, have more joy, right? So those of you who selected this card group, you may be very much encouraged you are being encouraged to not only this week, but in general this year, to make sure that you find the humor and joy in life, and to laugh more and to have more fun, and have fun on the way to pursuing the goals and the outcomes that you want to see in 2020. And yes, I will remind you, because I don't think I said it here, but one of the links down below is to get on the wait list for my masterclass called Resolution Power, which is all about creating resolutions that actually manifest. And, that will most likely be very helpful to you, because you can create for you specifically, those of you who selected this card group, you can focus on creating resolutions while also cultivating and having joy in creating these resolutions and these goals and these outcomes that you want to see for your life. So even that itself can be a resolution. You know, you can resolve to be more joyous and to have more fun in life and have more pleasure. And that's why we have goals anyway, right? It's because we believe that they'll be pleasurable to have them, right? So anywho, so the alignment message says, have you taken yourself and your life too seriously lately? Has life become a burden? Do you feel indentured to a project or person? And the heaviness of it all makes it difficult to believe there could be relief. Well, the laughing goddess Uzume has arrived to let you know to stop right now and be playful. Look for the funny, ridiculous, and foolish in the world. It's time for some comedy. Be like a child today. Finger paint. Call your funniest friends and do laughing yoga. Have a giggle fest. The goddess Uzume reminds you when you get too serious, she will help you laugh. This is the right way to balance all the hard work you've been doing lately. So you are so loved. All right. So again, find something funny. Do perhaps every day this week. You should be mindful to include, you might even want to write it on your calendar, on your schedule. Like, okay, at 2:00, I'm going to stop and I'm going to laugh. Or at, 6:00, I'm going to watch this comedy show, this 30-minute show that I always thought was funny. I'm just going to take time out to watch it and to just laugh. One of the things that I found in my own life is that when things get stressful or I feel burdened or overwhelmed, when I take time to just laugh and have fun, solutions to problems come to my mind, breakthroughs happen, because I've stopped overthinking and allowing stress to rule, right? So likewise, if you take time to enjoy life and to just laugh, and even like, I know it might be cold where a lot of people are, but like this hematite stone is very grounding. And it's like I could see someone's feet in barefoot in the grass, just standing in the grass outside, enjoying nature, but laughing, right? You don't necessarily have to do that. But the point is, just, strip down the facade of being overly serious and have fun and watch, the things that you thought were going to be so difficult to accomplish and the breakthroughs that you thought would never happen. They'll come to you just like a snap of a finger. You'll be like, oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That was easy. I didn't, because you just took time to refresh yourself and to laugh. All right. So that is the goddess that chose to speak to you. And you know what I always tell y'all to do? If you want to know more about this goddess, make sure you Google her, look her up, learn her story. Because sometimes, their stories just teach us more and can give us more details into, the lesson that particular goddess has for us. All right, so the card on the bottom here is where you are now and your general wisdom and inner guidance. The card that crosses it lets us know what can help or hinder you at this time. So, wow, okay, so you got the sun, and it is crossed by the 9 of Swords. The sun is crossed by the 9 of Swords. All right, so the sun is a card of playfulness, kind of like the goddess Uzume here, right? If I can get those cards to stay still. The sun is a card of joy, of lightheartedness, of being like a child. They have children on this particular card. Being childlike and just letting your little light shine. Being like the sun, being, bright and energetic and life-giving and life-receiving. And it's very interesting because it's crossed by a card that is like almost is complete opposite. The 9 of Swords is a card of cloudiness and cloudiness specifically of the mind, confusion and worry and anxiety and stress. So you're being encouraged. Both Uzume and the sun are encouraging you to be lighthearted, to find joy, to be like the sun and radiant. And the sun rises every single day. So even in the darkest of night, right? And we just experienced the winter solstice about a week ago, which was the darkest, literally the darkest day of the year. It was the day that the sun rose the latest and set the earliest. And so the winter solstice was literally the darkest, coldest day of the year. But you are encouraged to, to be like the sun, you're always going to rise, no matter how many times you're knocked down, you're always going to rise. The sun always rises. The sun always shines its light. And so there is a light that is inside of you that is eternal, that source is unseen, that is more powerful than you know, that is constantly giving you light, constantly giving you reasons to find light and joy and happiness and abundance and peace and the goodness of life. But here you go, crossing it with the Nine of Swords. So because it's crossed with the Nine of Swords, it's like saying, are you going to allow stress, worry, anxiety to continue to hold you back? Again, we're looking at the changes how to prepare for the changes you want to see in 2020. How you prepare for them is by not doing this right here, which is not worrying, not being anxious, not being overwhelmed, not allowing stress to overtake you. And it's very interesting because I said with this goddess here, Uzme, I gave a personal example. I said, there are times when, I might be overwhelmed or stressed or, have problems that I'm trying to find the solution to. And it's not until I choose to just laugh, have a good time, and just say, you know what, I'm just going to, for the next 30 minutes, have a good time. The next hour, whatever, that solutions that I didn't see come. That breakthroughs that I didn't know were possible happen, right? And so your solutions to your problems do not come from worrying about them, from stressing about them, from overthinking, because the Nine of Swords is the card of overthinking. It's the card of, this is that stress and that worry that gets you up in the middle of the night, or you can't sleep good because you're thinking about, how am I going to do this? How am I going to solve this problem? How am I going to work this out, right? And so the Nine of Swords is that energy is not helpful to you. What is helpful to you is to remember to find humor, to actually be intentional about being humorous. Like some of you actually will need to, like I said earlier, put on your calendar, your schedule, your daily schedule, whatever, the time of the day that you are going to shut down everything and just go laugh and have fun, right? And the sun, just allowing that light and that life to continue to radiate and to shine through you, instead of, and how you do that is by not worrying, by not being anxious, by not, that's a cloud, that's like darkness over your eyes and over your mind, where you're just focused on what's not happening, what you can't see, solutions you don't have, or problems you can't think of solutions for. I mean, all of that kind of stuff. That's that Nine of Swords energy. So basically the only thing that can block the blessings that you want to see coming to you is you, by worrying and overthinking and overanalyzing and allowing stress to overtake the whole situation. Stay in the light, stay in joy, stay in happiness, find reasons to laugh, find reasons to have fun. And anytime you feel this cloud of worry and anxiety coming over your mind, go like hematite, ground yourself. You might even need to say affirmations that are affirmative for you, or grounding to you, that ground you in happiness and peace and joy and abundance and prosperity, or whatever it is that you are looking for in your life. So let's see what your wisdom card says. Never ending story. Yeah, some of y'all got mental issues. And when I say mental issues, I mean like you are allowing your mind to just race about problems that you feel you can't solve, and just worrying and worrying and worrying. And that's not going to be helpful to you. So never ending story says self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So basically, whatever's going on in your mind, whatever has, look at this person all stressed out, hands on their head, just, self-critical, self-loathing, thinking I can't do this, can't go there, can't say this because everything might fall down, fall apart, and some of that is perhaps if you've experienced failure and things that have gone wrong in the past, then that inner part of you, like the card was saying, is really doing that because it wants to protect you from possibly messing up again or failure again, and so that is explaining to me why this 9 of Swords came up. That worry, stress, anxiety, overthinking, or even lack of confidence, not sure of yourself, not sure if you can do the things you want to do, but you got this here, the sun and Uzme saying it's so much joy in life. Remember to have fun. That's your answer. How do you prepare for 2020? Remember to have fun. Remember to experience the joy of life. Remember to laugh. Remember that, there are things, there are solutions there are problems that you don't have solutions for. But if you get into the energy of the solution, right? So the solution, I'm assuming for you, is where the outcome leaves you feeling joyous and happy and having fun in life and being fulfilled in life. So that's the solution. So already start to feel those things. Take time out every day. Make it your daily habit to find joy every single day. And when I say find joy, I don't mean look outside of yourself for it. I mean create it. Creative. The sun is a very creative energy. So create joy every day. Create moments of happiness and joy every day. And then through doing that is when you'll find the solutions to problems. And that might be even wisdom and guidance for you throughout this entire year, not just necessarily this week. So that anytime you feel yourself in this place here, get in this place here. All right. So that is your wisdom and guidance for this week. But like I stated in the opening intuitive message, you are not the only one who selected card group number 1. So I highly, highly encourage that you book your own 2020 year ahead reading. That link is down below. And this is the last time that reading will be on sale. So you want to make sure that you get that reading now because it will go off. It will be gone next week. So make sure that you get that now. And also comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th to be in the running to win our December giveaway. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, and also leave a love offering if these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way. That is it. I'm wishing you all a remarkably joyous 2020. And until we speak again, I am wishing you also so much peace and love. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all. So those of you who selected card group number 3, this is your reading. I will quickly go over the announcements just in case you were one of the ones who skipped ahead. Make sure you go back and listen to the opening intuitive message because I talk there about what you can expect in the year 2020. I will be filming my 2020 year ahead reading for everyone very soon, and so you want to make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified when that reading is available. Also, make sure you get on the wait list for Resolution Power so that we can create resolutions that actually manifest, and that should be available next week. But when you get on the wait list now, you will actually receive a resolutions checklist that you can begin looking at and helping you to narrow down to at least 3 resolutions that you want to see happen in your 2020. Also, this is the last week that I will have readings on sale, and you want to make sure that you get them. The 2020 year ahead reading is very personal to you. When you book your own reading, these are very general here. These readings here are just general. You are not the only one who selected card group number 3. But if you want something very specific to you, the 2020 year ahead reading looks at, money, health, love, just personal matters, very, very specific to you. And so that reading is still on sale, as well as the Supremes Readings bundle that is on sale as well. Both of those links are down below. And like I stated, this is the last week that they will be on sale. Make sure that you comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th, to be in the running to win our December giveaway. And that winner will be announced during next week's Pick a Card reading. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, I got this pine cone, and it's so pretty, all the little sparkles. I didn't realize that they were coming off. And they're on my cards. Glitter is nice to look at, but I don't know how much I like glitter, because it never goes away, right? But it's pretty, so that's why I picked it. I also put down a citrine. You all got citrine gemstone on top of your cards this week. And citrine is one of those stones that is often used to increase your luck. It's a good luck stone. It's one of those money stones to draw and attract money to you. It's one of those love stones as well, because it helps to attract joyous love to your life. And it also can be used to inspire your own creativity. So if you are in some sort of creative block, and we all are creative, you don't have to be like an artist or a singer to be creative. We all create every single day. We create using our words, right? So it helps with that creative energy that we all carry to help us to be more creative. And so this is one of those stones that I say everybody should have. Like, if I had a top 10 list of gemstones that everybody should have, citrine would be one of them. So make sure you Google citrine if you want to know more about this gemstone. All right. So like I stated here, the pine cone, is just here because it's pretty. Like I did all of these. They're just here because they're pretty, and they kind of represent the season, us coming out of the holiday season and now we're in winter season. But pine in general is something that is very, you see a lot of that, whether it's the pine tree, like the Christmas tree or whatever, this time of year, because it reminds us that life never dies, really, that there is no death, that everything is constantly being revived. And so that's why even the Christmas tree is used during December, in the winter, when all of the trees are dying and their leaves are falling off. The pine and a lot of those evergreen trees are staying, green even in the dead of winter, right? So that could be a message for you, that they're, even what you feel is dead and can't ever be revived, it just might be. All right, so anyway, so the card that's on top of here comes from a goddess energy deck, and the goddesses speak to us all, whether we are man or woman, whether we believe the goddesses actually existed or not. That doesn't matter. All that matters is, their stories and how their stories actually teach us life lessons. And so this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of in order to prepare for the changes that you want to see in your life in 2020. So the goddess that chose to speak up for you this week, wow, she is here again. She came last week, I believe. Nike. I believe that's how she's actually pronounced, just like the shoe, because I know the shoe company named their shoes after her. So Nike, the goddess of ambition and drive and confidence and assurity and knowing one's strength and knowing one's skills and not shrinking back from that. So that is the goddess that is speaking to you this week. So I'm going to read 2 messages from her. The first is her empowerment message, And the second one is her alignment message, all right? So her empowerment message says, the Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present to the beauty and richness discovered in your life so far. You have come this distance, so what are your wins? Celebrating them is key right now to enable you to co-create even more. You live in a world where you may have felt that you were not allowed to celebrate your victories, lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in an authentic way. Being successful at the game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, releasing the idea that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity. This is the true power of the victory goddess Nike expressed through you. The goddess Nike has another message to share. If you've been struggling to move to the next level of your life, working hard and putting the time and effort in, you will soon find you are finally winning. Your determination and commitment to your intentions are manifesting in your life with beautiful results. When you are winning, the world wins too. Just remember to share your bounty. All right, so it's winning time. It's time to shine. And it's okay to be ambitious. We are in Capricorn season, the sign of ambition and long-term goals, and marking off that checklist to get to those long-term goals. So it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It's so interesting that all of these cards, all of card group 1, 2, and 3, everybody's getting a message to make sure that they're okay with shining and allowing your light to shine. So the alignment message that this goddess has for you is, are you so determined to win right now that you are running like a racehorse with blinders on her eyes? Beware of unbridled ambition and the strident need to win. You may have become influenced only by your wants and forget to ask yourself if what you want is for the highest good. Perhaps the job you want so badly won't be good for you, or that unavailable partner you're so determined to be with will never love you back. Nike gives you the alignment task now of getting real with yourself. Comparing yourself with others may have triggered jealousy and envy. It's time to step out of this race and recognize that you are where you need to be. Your life is a marathon, not a sprint to your next goal. Your only competition is with yourself. So choose now how you want to feel about your life and who you want to become. Then take baby steps toward your highest intentions. Cheer on others who are successful. Learn from them and help those who are struggling. You can learn from them too. Your place in the world is assured. So remember that however long it takes you to live your life to its fullest is perfect. So there is no, you're not behind schedule. There's no need to be jealous of anybody else. There's no need to look at those around you and say, wow, she's ahead of me or he's ahead of me or how am I, you are your only competition. And like the alignment message says, what did it say? It said, cheer on others who are successful, learn from them and help those who are struggling. You can learn from them too. So even those that you feel are behind you, or not on the same level that you are on, they still can teach you lessons. And it's not just the lesson of not to be like them. No, they're doing their thing and they're elevating too. They're striving to elevate too, and so it's like even learning from children. Just because they're younger than you doesn't mean you can't learn from them. It doesn't mean that the Most High doesn't allow them to be your teacher sometime. All right. So, be wise in that way. And be open to learning. Whoever has the lesson for you. Take the lesson and use it to move forward. And I'm really feeling that some of you really need to be grateful, because sometimes we are so into trying to get to where we need to be, and even being competitive, even if it's competition with other people, even competitive with ourselves, that we forget to be grateful for where we are and for what we have and for the lessons learned and even for the trials that we have overcome to get to where we are. Some of you may be so about, people don't know all I've been through to get here. People don't, it's bless your past. Bless even the struggles and the challenges and the obstacles that you had to overcome to get to where you are, and be thankful for them. Be grateful for them because they help to shape who you are today. So if you're dealing with that kind of unbridled ambition or even arrogance instead of confidence, you really might want to check that this week as we're entering into 2020, because it's your confidence that will take you far, not your arrogance. All right. So let's see what other cards have come forth for you. Now, like I always tell you, if you want to know more about this goddess, Google Nike, learn her story. The goddesses have, all of them have stories in mythology that help us to learn lessons for our lives. So the card on the bottom here is where you are now, your general guidance and wisdom. The card that crosses it lets you know what can help or hinder you at this time. Okay. So, wow, you have the Two of Wands, and it is crossed by the King of Swords. The Two of Wands, and it is crossed by the King of Swords. Wow, this is really interesting. So, get everything set up here. All right, so the Two of Wands is really a card. On one hand, it is a card of ambition, but it's also a card of choosing to either move forward into your ambitions, or to stay where you are. There is no right or wrong choice, right? But if you look at this card, look, this person has the world in their hand. The world is before them, basically. And it's like it's saying to you, you have the whole world, your world in your hand, and basically it's like there's all manner of opportunities that lie ahead for you, all manner of choices, because the twos represent choices, all manner of choices and opportunities that lie ahead. But the twos also indicate decisions that have to be made. Do you go ahead? Do you stay where you are? Do you pursue something that is ahead of you? Do you take that leap of faith, or do you stay in your comfort zone? Only you can answer that question for you. But it's like you're looking at the whole world. You're looking at everything. You're encouraged this week to really look at everything. Not even just two options, not just this or that, but this, that, this, and that too. Look at everything. Look at, every opportunity. Don't be closed-minded and don't limit yourself. Just put all of the options on the table, even the ones that you feel are the most outlandish and most ridiculous. It's still an option. You can still choose it. There are no limitations, and there also is no right or wrong choice. Only you know what is best for you. But I really feel that some of you, I'm highly encouraging you to not limit yourself and not think that you can only do this and only do that little thing, you know what I mean? But really, like this card is showing here, look at everything that the world is offering and then make a choice on everything that lies ahead. Now, the King of Swords is definitely, he's like the master of making choices. He is very clear-minded, very level-headed, very, very sure. He looks at all of the details and all of the facts and makes a wise choice based on logic and reason. So with that being said, lay all the cards on the table, right? Lay every option, put every option on the table. This might be a week where you really want to make a pros and cons list for everything that you want to do. Every resolution that you have, every goal, not even if it's a goal, but even just desires and ambitions that you have. Lay down the pros and cons to each. Research each one. And then ask yourself, is this a good choice for me, or is it not a good choice for me? And make that decision based on real data and real facts, and not on straight emotion, but also not on what you think you can have and what you think you can do. Because this here with Nike and this Two of Wands, this is telling me you can probably do a lot more than what you think you can. You can probably go a lot higher, a lot farther than what you think you can. So don't let your limiting beliefs be the decision maker. Let your choices be based on whether or not is the best thing for you to do or not. And so that's what this King of Wands crossing this King of Swords crossing this Two of Wands is basically saying, lay all of the cards on the table, look at all of your options, do pros and cons, and make your decision based on clarity with a clear mind, and sound wisdom, and knowing the information that you need to know in order to make the decisions that you need to make. So the wisdom card, wow, that came to you this week is clean it up. Wow, this is interesting, because when I see clean it up, I know it's, pretty much what it says, clean it up. Any loose ends, anything that you need to handle, and straighten up, and not just your room or your house per se, but just in life in general, anything in your life that needs to be put into order. It's time to do that. So let me read what it says. Clean it up, getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Wow. Which is very much in line with this King of Swords. The King of Swords is not emotional, or just all in his feelings. He's very much about logic, reason, facts, And so, whatever is in your life that may be taking up emotional space, it be emotionally draining, it's time to just kind of, clean that up. If you have physical things, like I said, physical things in your home that need to be straightened up, tidied up, cleaned up, do that, because that weighs on your mental clarity. It's hard to think straight like this King of Swords wants you to do. It's hard to think straight when you've got clutter and junk and papers and unpaid bills and just stacks of stuff going on. And with this being a new year, and this year, see people, I cannot wait till I film the 2020 year ahead reading for everybody. Right? So make sure you subscribe so you'll be notified when that goes up. But, a lot of people are, whenever it's a new year, it's all this excitement and everything. But 2020 is not what people think. 2020 is people who can get their house in order will be the ones in 2020 who are happy. Okay. The people who handle their business, 2020 actually is a year of discipline. Yes, there will be many breakthroughs and all that kind of stuff, but it is a year of discipline. So if you have unpaid bills, if you got stuff you need to shred, paperwork you need to just get rid of, if you need to dust, you need to clean, or even if it's just emotional baggage and weight, it's time to clear out the clutter so that you can think clearly, so that you can make sound choices that are in line with the ambitions that you have for your life. All right. So I can't think of anything else to say. So that is it for you all this week for December 29th through January 4th. Make sure you comment your card selection down below in order to be in the running to win our December giveaway, and that winner will be announced next week. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified when that reading is up. Make sure you book your 2020, your personal 2020 year ahead reading. All of these are very general, but if you want something very specific to you, make sure you book that reading or the Supremes readings bundle, because this is the last week that those readings are on sale. Get on the wait list for Resolution Power. That link is down below. Get my book, The Magic of Self-Love. And leave a love offering, also known as a donation. That link is down below if these readings have benefited you in support of this channel. So that is it. I'm wishing you all a very happy new year. Very, very happy, remarkably joyous 2020. And until we speak again, I am wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks for watching. All right, so that is it for our reading for the week of December 29th through January 4th. Make sure you comment your card selection by Monday, December 30th, to be in the running to win our December giveaway, which will be announced next week. Make sure that you click the link down below to book your 2020 year ahead reading, and also get the Supremes readings bundle, because this is the last week that both of those readings will be on sale. So you want to make sure that you get that. Also, make sure that you get on the wait list for Resolution Power so we can create resolutions that actually manifest this year, y'all. And make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. I have some amazing videos getting ready to come out. Our Everybody's a Capricorn, including you, and the 2020 year ahead reading for everyone, or reading of the year actually for everyone. And so you want to be notified when that becomes available. So like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Those links are down below. And support this channel through giving a love offering, also known as a donation. No donation is too big or too small. I'm wishing you all such a remarkable and wonderful 2020. Thanks so much for watching. And until we speak again, I am wishing you all so much peace and love.